Character number 6. Sally.exe from the Nightmare universe. One of the main characters in the Nightmare series. Gender: female. Species: chipmunk. Coat color: brownish beige. Age: 24. Position in her family: she was the oldest child of the 3 siblings. Sally is the leader of the freedom fighters. She and her allies repel the attacks caused by the robots created by Eggman. All her life, Sally was prepared for the daunting task of leadership due to her parents owning a big company around the world. As a result, Sally's parents had high hopes for her, but she just wanted to have fun with her friends who she did not have. Everyone she considered becoming friends just wanted to cash in on her and her parents. Over time, she learned to hide her emotions from others. She decided to go against the hopes of her parents and decided to recruit participants for a new group of vigilantes known as the Freedom Fighters. This group was created to counter the attacks that the evil Dr. Eggman would carry in the city. Of course, the good doctor could not foresee such an attack, and he was not ready for it. But this group was able to resist the first attacks quite well. As time went on, Sally got her way. Her parents were proud of their daughter, but one night she decided to stay late at work, and the next day, when she woke up, she found out that the city was the victim of a surprise attack by Eggman in retaliation to the Freedom Fighters' continued defense against Eggman's attacks. Her whole family perished during the surprise attack. The business Sally's family had owned for so long was taken over, and some members left the team Sally had created. As a result, Sally just felt broken. She had died on the inside, for everything she once deeply valued was suddenly gone. Somehow, Sally kept going despite the harsh circumstances, continuing her work on rebuilding the Freedom Fighters team. During this time, Sally herself became more cold-blooded and ruthless. Later, during a general gathering of new allies, Sally was ambushed and almost killed by Eggman's robots, but was saved by Amy Rose. Sally was curious about her, and soon started to like Amy. She was the only one who made her feel like herself. Later, Amy introduced her to a little rabbit named Cream, who reminded her of her dead sister. The 3 of them became best friends, but suddenly, Sally discovered that she just fell in love with Amy and was very afraid to confess to her. Eventually, Sally became very loyal to Amy, and she will not let anyone hurt her and will always be with her and Cream. Purpose in the games. In the Nightmare Beginning classic version, it appears as an Easter egg, referring to the sequel of her participation in subsequent games. In Continued Nightmare, she has a bigger role and acts as one of the playable victims of 𝐠𝐲𝐿. She uses special shields, which were created by Tails, that gave her different abilities when using them. Water Shield. This shields the wearer in an airtight bubble, thus allowing protection from noxious gases or water. The shield is also able to increase its weight when in the middle of a jump, as when it hits the ground, the shield will bounce very high up in the air. electric shield. This shield tracks rings, and when used, it allows the user to perform a double jump, along with protecting the wearer from electricity-based attacks. Fire shield. This shield allows the wearer to dash forward in a fiery blade, along with protecting them from flame-based attacks and extreme heat. In Part 1 of Continued Nightmare, playable levels. Judgment Cave. In early versions, it was called Simulation Cave, Resort Island. In Part 2, Bloodwood, Negligent Temple, Madness, Fatal Iron, Unconscious, Subconscious Mind. Also in boss battles, versus Nega Rose, versus Demonized Eggman, versus Metal Knuckles and Metal Sonic 2.0, also known as Metal-𝐸𝐴, versus Metal Sonic 2.0. Demonized Sally. Her color, unlike the others, remains unchanged. Her eyes have changed to being pitch black with glowing red pupils. Her personality is also left unchanged, still attached to Amy and Cream. Crally, Sally's inner demon. Makes Sally's mental state deteriorate in this form, as she begins to forcefully make Sally confess to Amy. Sally herself is too afraid to do this. Appearances in the games. Sally.exe continued Nightmare. In the first part of the game, she appears only in the duo and solo ending of the other girls, and in some secret cutscene. In the second part of the game, she has a major role in Reckless Deal, where, together with Amy, she tries to persuade Cream to join their side. She also appears in a scene. In the Nightmare Shorts, Episode 2, comes up with a name for the Amy clone from Sark's world, nicknaming her Rosie, as to not confuse 𝐬𝐧𝐻's Amy and her. Rosie learns about Crally and Sally's love for Amy. Sooner down the line, Sally encourages Rosie to trust 𝐬𝐳 after a misunderstanding.